back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. Yeah. So here's the thing about Sydney. It's a complete and utter fucking shithole. I fucking hate this joint. I lived here for 10 years. For fucking 10 long, fucking debaucherous years. They were fun. They were so fucking fun. They were fun, but they were fucked. I just don't like it here. I just fucking hate it here. The people are cunts. The sights are cunts. Like the Sydney Harbour Bridge is a cunt. The Sydney Opera House is an absolute cunt. The harbour is a cunt. Bondi Beach, massive cunt. Honestly, if I was walking right next to the Opera House, I wouldn't even turn my head to look at it. I would just walk past, stare directly ahead, stick my finger at it, and just go, cunt. I left Sydney 7 years ago now, and when I left, Sydney still had a fucking vibe to it. The bars were cranking. King's Cross. I was living in King's Cross. I lived on King's Cross Road, King's Cross. I lived about 50 metres back from that famous Coke sign at the top of Darlinghurst Road. And when I was living there, it had been cleaned up a lot still, but it was still dangerous. There was still strippers everywhere. It was still the red light district. There were still good bars there. It was still violent. I would just walk around the streets on a Friday and Saturday night, drunk obviously, and just watch people punch each other. It was great. There was still some absolute fucking loose bars. There was a bar called the Goldfish, which was just a few doors down from the entrance to King's Cross Station. And no matter what time of the day it was, or what day, it could have been, let's say, 5:45 on a Tuesday morning. You'd be walking to the train station and you would look in the like smokers area, the outside area, the Goldfish Bowl, and there would be at least 10 people having darts, grinding their teeth together, clenching their jaws, having a great time. And even though it was disgusting to look at some of these people, it would warm your heart. It would put a little smile on your face. You'd be like, yeah, I do live in a cool area. Every morning on my way to work, I get to see some fucking fried units hanging out at Goldfish Bowl. Goldfish Bowl is gone. Finished. What happened was in 2014, 6 years ago, the fucking corrupt government brought in the lockout laws. Their excuse for bringing in the lockout laws was to curb drunken violence, but the real reason was pretty much to funnel people into the casino and the new Bangaroo, or whatever the fuck it is, casino that was about to be built. Because the casino was exempt from the lockout laws, and the new casino that was getting built in Bangaroo, or whatever the fuck it's called, was exempt as well. And you might ask, what were these lockout laws? Well, I'm going to tell you. The lockout laws required pubs and bars to refuse entry to anyone after 1:30 a.m. and last drinks at 3 a.m. And you might be thinking, that sounds almost reasonable. Yeah, well, it might be for you cunts in LA. I was in LA last year. They locked people out at like 1 o'clock. I don't even know if it's 1 o'clock. It could be 2 o'clock. All I know is when I was in LA, every single night I found myself in the street, alone, hammered, and unable to find any more booze anywhere. And also, I didn't have a US SIM card and I couldn't find any Wi-Fi, so I would roam the street for hours looking for something, and nothing. It might be alright for you cunts in LA, but that's not how Australians roll. 1:30, we're just starting to get fucking warmed up. And that's not because we start late either. I'm talking about we had day drinks at 3 p.m. We're already 10 hours in by 1:30 a.m. Who wants to be sitting at a bar at 1 a.m. looking around, looking at the fuckheads around you going, is this the last bar I want to be in tonight? Because in half an hour, I'm locked in here with these people and there's going to be no new people. Am I willing to risk the rest of my night on the guy with the pink Ralph Lauren shirt and the girl with the love handles? No, I'm not. I want options. People in other parts of the world might be like, that's kind of reasonable. If you plan your night right, you still get a fair night's drinking. That's quite late. Shut up. That's not how Australians drink. We drink until it's physically impossible to drink anymore. And do you know what happened once they brought these lockout laws in? Within like 1 week, all the bars started shutting down. They're like, we can't operate under these conditions. We can't make any money. 3 a.m. onwards is where we usually get most of our takings. And so bars everywhere started shutting down. The Pavilion shut down. Paddy Maguire's shut down. It wasn't called Paddy Maguire's anymore. It was called some other bullshit. Scruffy Murphy shut down. And people from Sydney who are listening to this podcast right now will be like, they're not good bars. Yes, they were. Those are the places where a wide-eyed young buck from Melbourne with a cheeky smile and a gelled fringe spent most of his formative years. The heart and soul has been ripped out of Sydney. I walked through King's Cross the other night, and it felt like I was walking through a gelato store. It was the fucking weakest shit I've ever seen. I've seen someone get stabbed there. I used to watch junkies inject there. Street prostitutes, strippers walking around, drag queens, and whatever it is now, whatever they've turned it into now is not King's Cross. They might as well just bomb the whole fucking joint with everyone in it. It's a seedy, disgusting cesspit of gentrified, gym-going fucking wankers. Anyway, that's it for tonight. It's Sunday night. Don't get too fired up on a Sunday. Alright, that's it. Add me on social media. I'm at Boyle Comedy on all of them. Rate, reviews, subscribe to the podcast, tell your friends about it, and I'll see you the fuck later.